Well, directly in front of us, that is Takamoto Katsuta, but the car in front of him with number 1 on it, that is Thierry Neuville, who has had a bit of a hit, outbroke himself into a hairpin on stage number 6, and as you can see, look at that wheel on the left-hand side. It is still perfectly legal. What does the regulation say? It has to be turning, it has to have rubber on it. Both of those things still apply to that rear left. Doesn't look as if it's going to hold out for too much longer, mind you. How far has he got to go to service? Round about 12 Ks. Looks like he is going to get there, but goodness me, this is our reigning world champion, Thierry Neuville. What a start he had last year. Maximum points on Monte. It's now very much in jeopardy here. He's lost time in stage 6, but fighting to bring that Hyundai Rally 1 car back to service. As you can see, it's crabbing. Takes some effort. It's a damp, slippery road. That rear wheel wanting to go in all sorts of directions. But Neuville battling to bring this car back to service. How far have we got to go then? Well, round about 8 or 9 Ks, and look at the angle of that rear wheel. Damaged rear suspension for Thierry Neuville. He was heading downhill into a hairpin right, carrying too much speed. We've seen some video from outside. You can hear the car squealing, heavy braking, trying to slow the car down. Way too much speed, went into the bank. He tried just at the last moment to pull it round, and all of that momentum went onto that rear left. Big hit, damaged the suspension. He is in some ways quite lucky, really quite lucky, that he's managed to do some kind of repair to allow him to take to the road section, to keep that wheel freely rotating. Part of the regulation. The other part of the regulation, it has to have a full circle, if you like, of rubber on it. It's got that as well. And you know the strange thing? I'm not smelling rubber. Normally in these situations where the car is towed out like that and it's all over the place, you know, the rubber is beginning to wear because it's clearly not rotating as it would normally rotate. I'm not smelling any of that, which is really interesting. It doesn't look as if that one, I guess it's a new tyre on the left, and it does look new, fully inflated. He's doing a great job, really great job. Well, he's done the great job. The great job is the repair that Thierry and Martin have done to that rear left to allow them the opportunity to battle this car back to service. You know, the very best drivers in the world, they can deal with just about anything. I remember watching Loeb in Greece one year, driving 50 Ks with his rear axle missing on 2 wheels. They are the best drivers in the world. They can cope with more or less anything. You see the right-handers, has to be really cautious on the right-handers. That load just heading towards the left-hand side, and really cautious on the right-handers. Let's watch him going around this one. Yeah, taking a bit of speed off. It's quite a tight one. Look at that. The car wants to just get ahead of him. The rear left wants to get ahead of him. He's fighting it. He's correcting it. You can almost visualize what he's doing with that steering wheel. He's just, you know, fighting. Yep, we've got round. On we go. I mean, it's quite a measured drive, this, from Thierry Neuville. He isn't doing anything silly. He can't afford to do anything silly in terms of looking after this car. But he isn't hanging about. I guess ideally, and you can see the rubber on the road. You see the rubber on the road that it's leaving, so it is beginning to leave rubber on the road. You know, he wants to get back to service as quick as he can. He may well be late, and there are time penalties clearly for being late. It's 10 seconds for every minute late into service. So this is very much the outskirts of Gap. He has only got a few kilometres to negotiate now to the service park. He doesn't want to. Oh, crumbs, that was close. You know, he's minimising. He's trying to minimise the time loss. Yes, we have big time differences here at Monte Carlo, but he's looking ahead and thinking, you know, what can I do? Can I still get into the points? You know, am I going to be relying again on Sunday points? Not the start of the year he wanted. The traffic lights were red. That's why he slowed down there. You know, he's dealing with everything. He's trying to deal with the car behaving badly, with that almost anxiety of, you know, every minute late is another 10 seconds. But at the same time, the single most important thing, observe the road rules. And that is why he slowed right down to a stop for those pedestrian lights there. Fair play Thierry Neuville. I have seen drivers in the past. This is an interesting one. The guy on the scooter might want to move out the way rapido. Thank you, guy on scooter. He doesn't know what he's just had going past him, does he, that guy? Oh, 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 oh. There you go, fighting. I can hear it, yeah, I can hear the squealing. That angle becoming more pronounced of that rear left. But importantly, yes, he's leaving rubber. Yes, it's smoking, but it's still fully inflated and fully rubberized. I've just made that up as a term, but we'll go with that. Almost there now. So service park is on the left, but the in control for our crews, they have to go a little bit past the service park to come back on the top road. That's our parking space on the right, but we'll follow Thierry Neuville. I think there is now absolutely no question he is making it back to service. But the big question, how late is he? If he's late at all, might still just about be in time. That kind of damage, that can be fixed. Tanak's damage, don't forget Tanak also had an issue on at stage 6. He hit the trees really hard and he did some quite serious bodywork damage to the rear of the car. That may take a little bit longer to fix. Oh, let's get a good look at that as we stop at the roundabout. So it's going to be a busy service for the Hyundai team. Are they going to have to prioritise one driver over the other? That is a possibility. Right now, who would you prioritise? Probably Tanak. He's the one that's lost the least amount of time in there. But there's some very big decisions to be made in the Hyundai team. These space frames, bodywork damage on the space frames is not as straightforward to fix as it used to be. Not as straightforward. Panels don't just clip back on. Look at that tyre. More smoke, more wobble. But how far have we got to go? Maybe under a kilometre for Thierry Neuville. There's a chance that wheel could come off, and he's very aware of that as he drives into that. But just ahead of us, we can see the in control for the media zone. He has made it back. Another 200-300 yards, 200-300 metres, apologies, for Thierry Neuville. Here he goes down. Is he going down this little access road? Let's follow him down. Let's see, are we allowed down here? I think we are, thank you, Mr. Gendarme. Oh, up and over. Big bang on that speed bump. Oh, Thierry Neuville. Jeez, what a dramatic start to the year for our reigning champion. Neuville heading into service. He's made it back. Oh, goodness me. Wow. What a loop we've seen. You know, the snow, the ice, the unpredictability, the different tyre choices out there this morning. It has been a Monte morning, a magical Monte morning if you're a fan of drama, if you're a fan of rallying, if you're a fan of Jeopardy.